You're good.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. My name is Ashley. I'm one of the new Ignite Yoga instructors here. I am thrilled to be doing this class for you online today, but I cannot wait for the day when I get to meet you in person and we get to be together safely. I'm very excited at that thought, but for right now, we will do this to stay safe. Today's class will be a chair yoga class, as you can see. So go ahead and grab a chair. If you prefer a chair that has, kind of some armrest, that's a-okay. If you've got some blocks or a book, that will work as well. And then I've always got my water with me, so I can keep my body hydrated during class. So for today's class, I'll ask you to come to a seat. Just try to get comfortable to start. So for me, I'll sit back a little bit, and I'll place my hands, palms down on the top of my thighs. And we're just going to practice being still for a moment. If you feel safe, know that you can close your eyes, or you can just hold a soft gaze down at the ground. And to start our class today, notice your breath. Try not to change or alter the way that you're breathing. Just notice first where you're starting. So notice how the air feels as it moves into your body and as it moves out. Notice if there's a sound associated with your breath. Notice if you pause at the top or the bottom of your breath. Then from here, together, let's take a big, deep inhale through the nose, filling up our lungs, filling up our bellies. And then exhale right out of an open mouth. Let's do that twice more. In through the nose, fill up those lungs, fill up the belly. And exhale right out of the mouth. Don't be afraid to make a little noise. One more cleansing breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. With your next breath in, press your lips together and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So for me, I like a slight constriction at the back of my throat. That makes our breath a little bit noisy or oceanic sounding. This breath helps to calm our brains. It's also helping us to warm our bodies from the inside out. So if today you feel a little bit too warm, no worries. Just go ahead and take one of those breaths out through your mouth. Then I always like to practice with an intention. Your intention might be a word or a phrase that gives your class a little bit of meaning. It might be an emotion or a person that you'd like to dedicate your practice to. And as always, if nothing comes to mind, know that you're always welcome to share within my intention. Today, I am focusing on kindness. So first, being kind to myself, being kind in my thoughts, my actions, and then trying to let that kindness bleed and infect almost everybody else around me. So if that serves you, you can keep that intention of kindness. Dig into your breath again, trying to find that inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Nice work. So to start, sit up nice and tall. Try to let your shoulders relax. Sometimes we wear our shoulders like your earrings, so just let those shoulders roll down your back, sitting up nice and tall, using your core to help keep you And from here, we'll go ahead and bring our right ear close to our right shoulder. Try to keep those shoulders nice and relaxed and just let your neck hang heavy for a moment. Trying to keep your feet on the earth, keeping your breath moving in and out. We'll stay here for one more breath in and out. And from here, we'll keep the angle of our head, but just draw our chin towards our shoulder. So we're really stretching those neck muscles here as we move our breath in and out. One more inhale and exhale. Go ahead and bring yourself back up through center. Let those shoulders relax down as they creep back up on you. And then this time, we'll go ahead and bring that opposite ear close to our opposite shoulder. Really feeling the stretch here in the right side of our body. We stay here for one more breath in and out. Keep the tilt of the head, but just draw that invisible line from your shoulder to your chin, bringing those 2 points of our bodies closer together. With your next breath in, go ahead and sit up nice and tall again. This time we'll drop our chin to our chest and hang heavy for just a few breaths right here. With your next breath in, go ahead and sit up nice and tall again. Making sure to use that core to sit up nice and straight. From here, we'll work out our wrists a little bit. So to start, take your hands out in front of you as if you're gonna high five someone. And then just roll your wrists, actually roll those wrists one way, and then we'll stop and go the other way. Work on getting those creeps and cracks out here to start our class. Then from here, we'll go ahead and bring our hands back to heart center and take our right hand and then just pull those fingertips back in space a little bit. That's what it looks like from the side. Just putting a little positive pressure on the tops of those fingers. And then I'll switch and go to the other hand. And then from here, we'll take our hands out straight in front of us and make fists and open those hands back up, really stretching through those fingertips. I'll show you on my black shirt here. Nice job. From here, make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. And then from here, with an inhale, we'll reach our hands up overhead. We might even look up towards those fingertips. And then with our exhale, we're gonna fold forward. So making sure that you're grounded through your feet and you've got a lot of weight in your seat. I'm sitting back, way far back on my chair so that I can hang heavy here. You can even release your neck down to the ground if that feels safe in your neck. If it doesn't, no worries. You can come back up, maybe prop yourself on your forearms. And then to walk ourselves back up, let's place our hands on something, maybe on the tops of our thighs. Use our core to come back up to our nice tall spine. I'm gonna set myself forward again. From here, we're gonna take a twist. So I'm gonna take a twist towards my left side first. So I'm gonna bring my left hand to the back of the chair and my right hand to my opposite knee, sitting up nice and tall. You might even gaze towards the back of the room. You might knock over your water bottle, that's okay too. Sitting up nice and tall, turn. And really not try to wrench on your low back using the back of the seat. Rather, use your core to sit up nice and tall. And maybe gaze backwards. Let's take another full round of breath in and out. Slowly start to unwind and sit up nice and tall again. We'll take our twist to the other side. My water bottle's just gonna roll away, that's okay. Sit up nice and tall, breathe in, and then exhale, find your twist. Go ahead and sit back in that nice tall spine. Here we'll begin to take a few cat and cows, really working on mobility through our spine. So sitting up nice and tall, take a deep breath in and puff your chest forward, maybe even gaze up towards the ceiling. This is a seated cow pose. And with your exhale, bring your belly button backwards into your spine, bring your chin to your chest for a seated spot. So again, inhale, puff the chest forward, gaze up. Exhale, round through the spine, bring your chin close to your chest. Inhale, let's find another cow pose, puff the chest. Exhale to our cat pose, round the spine. Breath in brings us to puff our chest, gaze up. Exhale, round through the spine, leaning back just slightly. Let's take one more inhale, puff the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. And inhale, come right back up to that nice tall spine. Nice work. From here, we'll take a few modified sun salutation A's. So the purpose of our sun A's are to warm up our spine, warm up our bodies before we do a few more poses. So sitting up nice and tall in your seat. Inhale, reach the arms up over your head. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Another breath in, reach the fingertips up. This time with our exhale, goal post your arms, puff the chest forward and take a baby back bend. You might even gaze up towards the ceiling. I'll show you what that looks like from this side. If it makes you dizzy to look up towards the ceiling, no worries. You can gaze forward instead. With your next in breath, lift those fingertips back up to the ceiling. And exhale, come down to your forward fold, releasing the back of your neck. Inhale to your halfway lift. So for this, I'd like you to try to see if you can find some strength in the core and really have a nice straight back, pulling your shoulders and your ears kind of away from each other. So here's what it looks like from the front. Here's what it'll look like from the side. So here's that rounded spine, rounded back of the neck. Our halfway lift, we just try to straighten out that back a little bit. We're still gazing down at the ground, remembering that our neck is an extension of our spine. And it's okay if that belly is still on the thighs, it's a-okay for us. So once you come into that halfway lift, take one more exhale and round through the spine. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach your fingertips up to the ceiling, maybe gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. And exhale, find those nice goal-posted arms, take your back bend. Inhale, fingertips reach back up towards the ceiling. And exhale, we come to our forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, try to flatten out that back, use the core. Exhale to fold round through the spine. Inhale, rise all the way up, fingertips reach up for the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach your arms up for an Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, come to your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift or an Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale to fold to your Uttanasana. Bring your breath in and bring your fingertips up towards the ceiling, nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach those fingertips up. And exhale, find those nice goal-posted arms, puff the chest forward in our baby back bend. Inhale, reach your fingertips back up. And exhale, hinge from the hips to our forward fold. Inhale to our half lift, flat back, long through the back of the neck. Exhale to our forward fold. Inhale, rise for our Urdhva Hastasana. Fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Inhale, fingertips reach up again, tall through the spine. Exhale to goalpost those arms, find your back bend. Inhale, reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale to our forward fold, our Uttanasana. Inhale to our halfway lift, our Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring those hands down to heart center, Samasthiti. Let's take a moment right here to come back to our breath. Come back to that intention that we set at the beginning of class. So coming back to that kindness, please know that if your body is hurting in any shape, please feel free to move it to make it work better for your body. This is not my class, it is yours. So take what you need from this class and leave the rest. Yoga asks us to be kind to our bodies. Please listen. Together, let's take one more breath in through the nose and exhale out through the nose. From here, we'll take a side stretch, and it'll be a side stretch that will kind of bend down and send one arm up to the ceiling. If you've got a block or even a thick book, you can place that down on the ground to give you a little bit more room. So for me, I'll put that block on the medium setting. From here, I'll take my right hand, because I'm mirroring you, my right hand, and place it down on the ground or on the block. I'll take my left hand up towards the ceiling and maybe even gaze up towards that left hand if I'm able. If that hurts my neck, I'll gaze down at the ground. And I try to keep both of my hips rooted firmly down in my seat. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like from the side. I'm still using my breath to support me in this pose, moving it in and sending it out. In again, and out. Last breath right here, breathe in and out. Nice job. Place that hand back down on your thighs and use it to sit back up. Get nice and tall through the spine. And then let's take that to the other side. So this time my left hand moves down to the earth and my right arm reaches up for the ceiling. Trying to get nice and long through the spine and trying not to collapse into this front hand. Really try to lengthen through the spine, use your core to support you here. And let your breath help you as well. We have one more breath in and out. Bring both of your hands down to the ground and then walk them up to the tops of the thighs and sit up. Nice work, everybody. From here, we're going to work on opening those shoulders just a bit. So what I'd like to do today is I'm actually going to turn around and show it to you, and then I'll come back and explain it to you. So there's a couple different options here. The first is just to grab your hands behind your back. The second, you might even try to grab for those opposite elbows. And if none of those are working, know that you can grab a strap or a towel back here. So I've got my hands clasped behind me just like this. What I'm going to do is scooch forward to the edge of my seat, sit up nice and tall, and then work on driving those hands back. They might touch the seat, that's a-okay. And I might gaze up towards the ceiling. So this is a supported back bend here. And really focus on getting the ears away from the shoulders. Try not to jut that belly forward. Keep a little engagement in the core. We have one more breath here, in and out. First, bring your chin closer to your chest, and go ahead and release those hands. Now that we've got our shoulders a little bit more opened up, we're going to take some side bends. So feel firmly seated, firmly rooted in your seat rather. Inhale, reach those arms up towards the ceiling. You can keep the hands apart, or you can interlace so that your fingers are together. You can leave that pointer finger up, almost like you've got a little squirt gun in your hand. Take a deep inhale, and then as you exhale, lean over to the left-hand side. Now, what our shoulders like to do is kind of slump forward. What I want you to try and do is just gently encourage your shoulder to come down. So you're sitting up nice and tall. You might even gaze under your armpits. And breathe 3 more times in and out. On your inhale, come back up nice and tall through center. Let's take it to the other side. So this time, our left shoulder might want to dump forward. See if you can use your spine to sit up nice and straight. And then encourage that shoulder to come back in space. It might even feel like a little baby back bend. That's okay. And again, you can gaze underneath of that armpit and move your breath in and out. In again. Out again. We have 3 more just like that. Last breath in and out. Nice job. Inhale, come back up through center. We're going to take another back bend with our hands interlaced just like this. So inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, point those fingers back in space just a little bit. Maybe you even gaze up towards the ceiling. Again, I'll show you what that looks like from the side. Remembering to keep the engagement in the core and listen to your low back. So don't overextend. You don't have any gold stars to give anybody. So just listen to your body and move it the way that it needs. Nice job. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, bring those hands back down to the ground. I'll go ahead and sit facing the floor, facing forward again. And that was a lot of work in our wrists, so let's just circle those out quickly. One way, and then let's go the other way. We're going to place those hands right back on the tops of our thighs and take a few rounds of our seated cat and cow. Sometimes when we stretch out through the back, we're not quite used to that. So those cows and cats will have to reset this. So again, inhale, puff the chest forward, gaze up. And exhale, round through the shoulders, chin to the chest. Lean back. Inhale, puff the chest forward, maybe lean forward. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale up, puff the chest. And exhale, round through the spine. On your inhale, sit up nice and tall. And from here, we'll take one more pose. We're going to take a forward fold, really releasing the neck. I'll show you a couple different options to kind of help encourage that neck to release. If you feel more comfortable with your legs up a little bit higher, you can place them on blocks or on books. But we'll take that forward fold again. And from here, I'm going to scoot back just a tiny bit so you can see me a little better. We're going to grab our feet, our toes. If you don't want to do that, that's a-okay. You can let your hands hang heavy. But if you've got a hold of something on the ground, you might even use that for leverage to pull yourself down just a little bit further, letting your elbows splay out just a bit. Another option is you can bring your opposite hand to your opposite elbow and hang nice and heavy. You can even bring the hands to the base of the skull and hang nice and heavy, trying not to pull your neck down, just letting your hands rest there. And as you're ready to come out of this shape, walk the hands up to the tops of the knees or thighs and sit up nice and tall. If there's anything that your body is really craving, any movement, any pose that you wish I would have called, please feel free to take that now. Otherwise, I'll guide you through just a short Shavasana seated here. And our Shavasana is really important. So it's letting our bodies be still, reflecting, and kind of soaking in all of the movements that we just took. So just for a few moments, let your body be still. I like to start seated, hands down on my thighs. Feet can be hips distance width apart. And take a moment right here to see if you can get any more comfortable than you are right now. If you can, make those movements. And if you feel safe in doing so, blink your eyes closed. Try to let your breath come and go naturally. And be still. Keeping your eyes closed. Start to make small movements. Maybe brushing your thumbs to each one of your four fingers. Opening and closing those palms. Maybe even shrugging your shoulders. Let them relax and fall down your back. Maybe you take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the belly, filling up the rib cage. And exhale right out of an open mouth. Your hands can stay rested right on the tops of the thighs. You can bring your hands to heart center. Please remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to your bodies, and see how that changes your everyday. And see how it changes your interactions with everyone around you once you start to be kind to yourself. As always, thank you so much for showing up and for taking time to care for your body. We'll end our class with Namaste, which translates to there is goodness within you, there is goodness within me. It unites and connects both of us. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. Okay.